On the 7th day of Christmas, Beverage buddies gave to me King Cake Milkshake Stout.
That one's a little bit melodramatic right there. King Cake.
Yeah.
Done.
King Cake. Welcome back to Beverage Buddies here on the Snack Network. My name is Dave Moore. Joining me, of course, is Curtis the Lane. Hi, Curtis.
Curtis the Lane. Okay, that's fine.
Listen. You haven't gotten my designated homie Curtis Lane. You haven't got one of these yet or something.
I mean, we're on episode 7 of 12. Eventually, it'll happen. I just feel like it has to be natural instead of like make
No,
up
that's the point. It also has to work really well. Like the first time I said, "It's my main man John on the internet." It's my main man on the internet, John, and it was like I don't want to be anybody's main man on the internet. And it's like, well, now you are, because
now you are.
Yeah, people don't.
So this one's kind of interesting. King Cake. So I personally have never had one.
I have had a King Cake. Let me explain to you how King Cake tastes.
Go for it.
It's boring cake. Imagine
well,
imagine fluffy pound cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With frosting on top, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to have frosting and sprinkles. So historically, so this originated about 300 years ago. I did some research, so I sound smart. But it originated somewhere in Europe about 300 years ago. People go back and forth between the French, the English. It has some German roots. But basically, it's just to celebrate the more or less Fat Tuesday. And whoever at least finds the baby Jesus or the bean or whatever in the cake has responsibilities. And what those responsibilities are vary from culture to culture.
Yeah, some it's like they're responsible for holiday joy, and others it's like they're responsible for bringing the cake next year.
Yeah. And then there's ones that are more modern, where it's like in Louisiana, where they do Fat Tuesday big time. It's you're in charge of throwing the party next year. So
yeah.
Start saving up.
Be prepared for a massive party for baby Jesus inside of a cake. In my very light research, and by research I mean talking to my home assistant, I discovered that sometimes they're porcelain and sometimes they're plastic, and then I proceeded to try to figure out how to bake plastic into a cake. And that's not. I didn't get quite of an explanation. The porcelain kind of makes sense. It probably wouldn't melt into the cake.
You put it into the cake after.
Yeah, but then wouldn't there be an obvious hole where you put?
No, you cover it with the frosting. That's the point of the frosting. Yeah, and also
that
one
explains
thing
the frosting sprinkle thing that's on top.
Exactly.
That's usually
it also
boring.
has other representations of it. Like the colors the purple, green, and red gold mean something, but. I didn't look that far into it.
Usually it's crazy colored cakes. Usually there's a big stack of these in the front of the grocery store when you walk in, right? That's just here's your big stack of King Cakes.
There is also another direction you could go with this, because it does have a secondary derivative of something that I actually looked into. So it's more like a fruit cake, but it's called a 12th night cake. And it falls on the 12th night of Christmas.
Doesn't this feel like then we're doing these in the wrong order?
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, shouldn't this literally is supposed to be done on the 12th day. I don't know why this is 7.
We're going in order of the box.
We should have made our own list. But this is where we're at.
Yeah, then I would have put all the horrible flavors up top that I thought were going to be bad, like red velvet.
That would have been a horrible idea, because then it's just like, oh, we're so negative, we hate everything the whole time. But no.
Yeah, but as the holidays get closer, we'd be like, these are getting better.
Yeah. But also, just to point out, a 12th night cake is a lot different. It's much different than this. It's closer to fruit cake overall. It's more eggy. I made one of these things once. It's not a lot of fun. I'm going to be honest. If you like eggs, that's the cake for you. If you don't like eggs, because I think the recipe I looked at had 12 eggs in it. And this was one cake.
I'm looking at the bottom of the can where they say what's in it.
It's cinnamon this time.
Which doesn't feel like the way I described King Cake, I guess it's kind of a cinnamony pound cake, kind of.
I trust you. I've literally never had one.
I've only had like maybe 2 in my life, but the way I remember it is being kind of boring.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to be, really.
So I don't really know how this will translate. This feels like this will be similar to what yesterday's beer was, which was just kind of, this is a nice beer. I'm kind of expecting a kind of a similar sweet kind of plain thing going on, although cinnamon kind of makes me excited.
Yeah, I'm coming in with open arms. I want this to be good. Are you ready?
Next year we have to add King Cake to the list of things Curtis needs to try.
That would be a good thing for me to try.
Okay.
Ready, Dave?
Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh, what is that?
What does that remind me of immediately?
Frosting?
No.
Sugar cookie?
It's like some sort of sugar cookie. I have no idea. That reminds me of like a specific thing in my brain, but I have no idea what it's.
I'm getting sugar cookie.
I'm also half
congested,
smell deaf. Yeah, I can't breathe a lot.
Don't say you can't smell.
Oh, I had it and lost it. Shoot.
It
smells like something.
There's like fruit in there too, though. It's like a fruity smell.
You're right. It is. It's nice. It's different.
It's
much different than what I was expecting. It's like a fruity cinnamony.
Yeah, it's the fruit cinnamon. I smell like sugar. Like smells like sugar cookies.
Pecan roll. That's what it is. Those like Little Debbie pecan roll thingies.
I don't know if I'm gonna let you have that.
No? Dang.
It feels like
that might be what I'm going for. I haven't had one in like 5 years. I can't remember. 100%.
It feels like I'm in a bakery, okay? And I walked to the big fresh case of sugar cookies, right? And I took a big like that, and like right next to that is also the freshly baked blueberry muffins. And that's
I'm getting two. That's the weird thing, because like that's why my brain went to pecan, because it's like more of a fruity nut.
Yeah.
But I really have no idea what this smells like, but it smells like something very familiar.
Yeah, this is not what I was expecting.
No, not what I was expecting at all. Like the fruit tones messed me up.
The fruit is kind of freaking me out. That's
like
a big complete.
It's the curveball, man. That's why they put it in the middle. They're like, we're gonna mess you up with this one.
Yeah, we're just gonna say we're just gonna label it King Cake. Now I guess like the frosting could have like kind of like a sweet, fruity.
No, I know what it is.
Okay.
So you're right. I know what it is. It is blueberry muffins, but I'm gonna be specific on this one. I don't know if you've had this. This smells like the Jiffy Mix little box blueberry muffins.
Yeah, like the little tiny ones.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what this smells like. It's weird, but
it's strange. It really is, everybody.
I was not expecting that smell at all.
No,
like that's childhood again. I love that.
Yeah, those ones that are in the little white bags. You pop.
The little bites. Yeah.
God, now I want some of those. Oh,
I am so surprised that it smells like just like blueberries, basically.
It does. It's blueberries. Why does it smell like blueberries? It does not say blueberries. It says King Cake.
Oh, it's King Cake. Maybe it's supposed to play off the sweetness. We'll have to find out. Let's you want to find out?
Before I take one sip, I would like to say that one of my favorite things in the world, as weird as it is that blueberry coffee that comes around in the seasons.
From which brand?
Personally, I like the 7-Eleven blueberry coffee.
Of course you do.
I used to make that at 3 a.m. while I rang out people for their 2 packs of Marlboro Lights and that stuff. Okay,
I have a really small place in my heart for those Jiffy muffins.
Let's just sip this. I want it to taste like Jiffy muffins.
Please be good.
Oh, that is strange.
Does not taste like what I was expecting.
Nope. I expected.
A little weird.
I kind of wanted Jiffy.
I just wanted it to be like the batter of that stuff just pouring out of the can, like real thick.
Yeah, just chunky.
It's chunky. You just get some dried blueberries in there. It's fine.
Is there any like chunky alcohol drinks?
I don't think they're supposed to be chunky alcohol drinks. There's thicker ones like Bailey's and stuff.
Yeah, but that's not what I mean though.
Like chunky, like a
Like
slushy kind of chunky.
no, it'd be
Or...
like an actual milkshake. Like,
Ugh. Well, they have Guinness shakes. I know they do that kind of stuff. But I don't know how I would roll with chunky. Like, yeah, make my drink extra thick. Like, throw some more batter in that bad
maybe
boy.
I'm just gonna start making smoothies and just like mixing vodka in there, just
That would be a horrible idea.
with kale.
When you realize you're an alcoholic.
Yeah, you're like,
No, I gotta
like,
go back into this.
okay, God, that's not what I was expecting. It's kind of, I don't know.
Okay, I get more blueberry and a little bit of the cinnamon. I'm not really hitting the cinnamon. It's like a chocolate blueberry.
I'm getting cinnamon and blueberry. Definitely
get a lot
getting
of the
cinnamon
chocolate.
blueberry, which is just a strange combo. But now,
Yeah.
when they bring the cinnamon back to Dunkin', I'm gonna be like, you know what?
Cinnamon.
Can I get a cinnamon blueberry iced coffee? And see,
And you're gonna be like, and it's gonna hit you right in the face.
yeah, no, and it's gonna taste something like this.
The one thing I was kind of hoping for, sadly enough, the blueberry crisp, from Dunkin', that blueberry and caramel mix.
Yeah,
I was
like that.
half hoping that's what this was gonna taste like.
This
Just be
is
like, yeah,
it's odd. It's odd. It's almost. I don't want to use the word sour because it's not a sour. Like it's definitely not a sour. Like that's not what this
it has
is.
conflicting flavors that that mess with me.
Yeah, like I'm expecting. We've gotten accustomed at 7 days of this to be like, yep, it's kind of sweet, it's smooth. Yeah. There's a bit of consistency and texture, I would say. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
This is not the same as the rest of them, though.
No, it's not. It's different.
It's like it's a completely different animal. Like yesterday, we're getting kind of back into like this is a beer. This is a nice. I'd eat this with a meal or drink this with a meal kind of beer. This is like, I don't know what this is. I don't want this with anything.
So I do have to say one thing. Mm-hmm. On the exhale, it actually does bring back that taste of blueberry muffins. So swallow it and exhale, and you're gonna experience it a little bit differently.
Oh,
you see
weird.
What I mean? Right? It's like more blueberry-y, a little bit more cinnamony, and you're like, huh, this is more like the muffin I was expecting, but it's only on the exhale.
Yeah, and then there's like the sting of the alcohol.
Yeah, there's also
there's a standard alcohol sting that's in there, and it's like this doesn't compute in my brain at all.
Yeah, it's good though. I don't. It's not my favorite of what we've tried so far.
If I ordered this somewhere, I would be like, that was interesting. I enjoyed it. Please bring me something different.
Yeah, it's a good like middle ground. Like you'd be like King Cake. That's interesting. Let's test it out.
Yeah,
but I don't think I could eat this with like a slice of pizza or anything.
I don't think I could drink this with anything. Like I don't think. Like a lot of these.
I might be able to eat this with pancakes.
That's not a.
This is a breakfast beer.
We've added a new category to the thing. It's called breakfast beer. Everybody.
I really feel like I've had something like this before, and I don't know where I've had it before. Like the more I drink it, the more
it's the blueberry iced coffee from blueberry coffee from 7-Eleven. It's just cold and it's got alcohol in it, which you pretty much had alcohol in your system the entirety of the time you worked at 7-Eleven. Oh wait, that's just me.
No, that was me too. I had customers that would full discretion on this. I had customers that would like come in, they'd get a cup. Like one of the 7-Eleven cups, and then they'd be like, "Hey, would you like something?" And I'd be like, "I'd like something." They'd fill it up with ice, take it back out of their car, bring it back to me, and just put it on the counter, and that was it. And it was mine after that.
Oh, I was not gonna disclose. I never drank on the job. I just.
No, I never drank on the job. I took it home with me.
Oh, okay, good.
This was like at like 5:30 in the morning, right before I got off at 6, and I'd be like, "I'll just drink this on my walk home."
Yes, I did that plenty. I will openly admit to getting off a 6 a.m. shift, meaning from 10 at night to 6 a.m., and drinking on the way home, specifically to just like kind of zone you down a little bit, so that
Yeah.
like you slowed it down just enough to be like to fall asleep. That's not a good habit to make, everybody.
Oh no,
Don't
it's a horrible habit.
don't do that. It's
No.
awful. But sometimes you gotta sleep and
Take melatonin,
yeah.
do something else.
Do smarter things with your life. Don't
Absolutely.
when you're getting paid minimum wage. The time was like $7.85 an hour. You trust me. Trust me. This is not the way you want to live your life. And
No.
I
Alcohol's
regret my
not
own
the answer
decisions,
to it.
but I admit them openly so that people can learn from them.
Yeah, same. It's like I had nights where I would come home like after dealing with all the customers at 7-Eleven that I just wanted to go to bed. I just wanted to fall asleep and forget that day.
Yep.
So I'd grab like a tall boy and I'd just walk back home. I wouldn't drink the tall boy on the way home, but I'd just sit on my front porch, drink it, get a little tipsy.
You were
just
going like 6 feet from the store.
Yeah, true. I didn't live that far away.
I had to walk like 20 minutes. So I would pour a tall.
Oh yeah, you would.
Depends on what time era of when I was working there, but
Also true.
At a point, I would pour it into a cup with ice, like a 7-Eleven big gulp cup, right? Dump a bunch of ice in there, the best crushed ice in the world,
Oh,
and a
it's so
whole
good.
tall boy, and then just sip it with a straw the whole way home. And everybody just assumed I was drinking tea.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's what alcoholics do.
Yes, don't do it. I'm gonna pour this.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. We actually have to pour this. I'm just gonna do a little. That sounded really cool on your end. Just so you
I
know.
know. It's like,
Ooh, this is bubblier than the other ones are.
Oh, it is. It is definitely bubblier.
That's a very bubbly beer. It's also a lot clearer than the other ones.
Yeah,
it's more like a light amber almost.
It might
Well, a
actually
dark
be.
amber.
It might be the clearest one we've had.
Maybe. It might be.
I would argue that. I don't have a good light source to really compare, but I'd say it's probably the clearest of the 7 we've
I would
had.
agree. It's one of the it's most of the, one of the most transparent.
Yes.
Not clear. They're all clear. Like none of them are like cloudy or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're very transparent. You can really see through this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna sip this.
Go for it. Enjoy your life. Oh.
Oh, that's
okay.
way different.
That's weirdly different.
Strange.
That's the most like night and day one we've had so far in terms of after you pour it.
This is a strange beer, my friend.
Dude, I don't know what's going on with this one. I love what they did with it. I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated. I would never have been disappointed if I'd ordered this somewhere.
No, this is not a disappointing beer, especially if it was poured into a glass.
I'm almost just caught off guard.
Yeah, I'm very caught off guard. I don't know. I didn't know what to expect going in. I'm being surprised at every turn.
I now feel like I need to get a king cake just to see if it tastes like blueberries.
So after you pour it, it actually does take on more of that blueberry cinnamon, but it's actually good.
Yeah.
Like I like it better poured. This is one of the two so far that we've liked better poured. Just chug it. Just get it.
Oh yeah,
get it going.
definitely it goes down smoother poured.
Oh, absolutely.
Which
It
is
gets
a
rid of some of the
strange.
carbonation.
Yeah, it's strange to say that, but like, no, there's something about the way that goes down out of a glass, especially when it gets stuck in your mustache hair. Because it's No Shave
it's that one that's
November.
going to taste a little later. No Shave November. Mine's not coming in as you also weren't unshaved or you were unshaved beforehand. You had a kickstart.
Yeah, I'm cheating.
Cheater.
Everybody, welcome to December. This is way earlier in your life.
Oh, absolutely.
I like this.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
It's not my favorite, but I do like it. It's different from all the other ones by a lot of different means.
Yeah, and for the sake of giving me 12 different beers to try, right? For 12 days of Christmas, I appreciate a curveball in here.
Oh, absolutely.
And
like,
now
I wanted one of these.
And now I'm curious looking at the list of the other flavors where I would have said I feel like I know what to expect moving forward after this one.
Yeah.
And
now I don't.
Now I'm kind of changing my tune on that. Like the red velvet, sure, I've got a feeling like I know what that'll be like.
But we don't know anymore.
But I have no idea.
So I actually had one other thought for this one, and it was when I went back to drink out of it from the can. If you want to make it a little easier, this is like a toned down blueberry Pop Tart. What do you think?
I disagree. Although I haven't had a blueberry Pop-Tart in quite a long time.
Also fair. I'm still sticking with my Jiffy or Little Debbie like tiny little blueberry muffins.
Yeah.
But if you want to like an off-brand version of that, go with like a non-frosted blueberry Pop Tart.
Yeah, not a Pop-Tart.
So the saddest thing on the face of this earth, just unfrosted, just plain sadness.
What do we call a not Pop-Tart Pop-Tart?
And the unpopped.
A tart.
Tart. Just a tart. Yeah.
An oven.
Tart.
It's an oven tart.
It's just a tart. Just
toaster tots. Toaster
tots. The toaster tots. Oh jeez. I don't know about that one, but yeah, I like this one. It makes me in the mood for some good pancakes or some of those blueberry muffins, to be honest. I might make those tomorrow if I have any.
Thank you for watching Beverage Buddies, where we discovered the first breakfast beer, everybody. I'm Dave Moore. That's Curtis Lane. If you want any of our links, they're in the description down below. If you guys enjoy Beverage Buddies here on the Snack Network, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment down below the things you guys want us to try in the new year when we get really rolling here on the Snack Network. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.